What is up, everyone? That was a horrible hand wave. So today, we're going to be talking about backyard wrestling. I'm doing another review video since OBS wants to be a dick and not want to fucking record anything. Originally, I was going to be doing a video of me playing the game, but that didn't work out because the emulator kept crashing every time OBS picked it up. So today, we're going to be doing a review. So before you guys start commenting on the video like, oh, you don't know anything about this game, you're too young, and it wasn't your generation, or anything fucking like that, you're fucking stupid. I don't think generations are a thing, because anyone can fucking play anything. Also, my mom's a juggalo, so am I. As you can tell by my Ouija shirt. And another thing to state is my dad did some dumb shit when he was younger and did some backyard wrestling in real life, and I consider my dad to be stupid sometimes. So first thing we're going to be talking about is the plot of the game, which is usually not how reviews start, because I like to do things my own way. So the plot of the game in story mode, which is the talk show mode, as it's referred to, you play through different recordings, I think it's supposed to be represented as, of backyard wrestling happening, of apparently people experiencing bad events with backyard wrestling, because there's a talk show of a guy talking about all of it happening, and some of them, specifically two, I'm not going to name them yet, you fight in story mode, and you also unlock them as wrestlers. Now if you played the game, you know who I'm talking about, and the other person I'm talking about, because one of them is also on the cover of one of the covers of the game. And also, I haven't beat story mode yet, but I'm very close to. But I know from experience that the cutscenes are absolutely fucking amazing. Because the first one, there's a dude that actually has a problem with it, and then all the ones later on from the first and second one, everyone's just okay with it, and the talk show host is just pissed off. Sorry I'm stuttering so much, I'm a bit tired this morning, well, not morning, afternoon. And another thing to state is story mode, you fight approximately either 3 or 4 opponents per level. First level is the backyard, which is very easy or very hard. Another thing to state before I get into my criticisms, which are very light criticisms. So, the AI is very smart depending on some stuff. And also, each character you pick, you fight different people in story mode, but there's no cutscenes between the fights besides, the characters walking into the map. Also, my mom always tells me to pick Monoxide, but don't pick Monoxide. He's too slow. He gets his ass kicked every time I play as him, and I feel bad for him every time I play as him. And in some cases in story mode, you'll get your health back for the next fight. And some of them, if you have green left, you get all your health back, or if you're on yellow, then you get a bit of green back, or if you're really low on yellow, you get a bit of health back. It's really weird when the health starts being actually drained. I didn't mention, but you do get your health back between the fights, or sometimes you don't, because it gets harder as you go along. Well, not with the fights, because the difficulty selection. And that's where we start with my criticisms. The game starts you on hard mode, which I did not know, and I thought I was just being a dumbass trying to figure out what the hell I was doing, because I was confused because there was like, I know back then in the PS2 games there was like not really tutorials, which I understood, but like I was very confused and scared because it just kept getting like destroyed, and then when I was low on health and stuff, I just kept getting destroyed. And another criticism is about the specials, well, the smashes as they're called. Well, what they're called in the sequel, I think they're also called smashes in the first one. You press square and X. Now, when I first saw that, I thought you just grab them and then you just press square and then X. That didn't work, so I grabbed the opponent and then I pressed them a few seconds after I grabbed them, both at the same time. Nothing happened. What you have to do is the second you grab them, you have to mash square and X. Well, that's what it does for me. I know I was playing on an emulator. It might be a problem with the emulator. So that criticism might be wrong, or I might just be a dumbass. I've said that a lot throughout this video already. And another thing to state is the controls don't feel that fluent, because like some things are very glitchy and very broken. Like I know it's like not that like the game's not bad. Like it's far from bad. But like when we talk about Backyard Wrestling 2, we're definitely gonna get into bad territory. But like I had a lot of problems with the controls, because like there should have been like a controls menu, because that was a thing in PS2 games. I know there was definitely a manual, which I should have like looked up or like downloaded a picture or like a digital version of before I played, or watched some tutorials of how to play or stuff, because my mom didn't remember that much about like the controls. I learned about this game through my mom. She told me about it and stuff, and ever since I heard about it, I was very interested. And another thing to mention, or another criticism, is the AI's difficulty. On hard mode, obviously they're going to be very hard to fight. That's like the only consistent difficulty I've seen is hard mode. Normal mode is so random with the difficulty, and that's my main problem with the difficulty, is how random it is, and also you start on hard, which is the consistent difficulty of just being hard, of pain. And also, like, what I'm talking about, it's not like the next fight's like harder or anything on normal. I'm talking about like the same opponent that you're fighting was just randomly turned into a god of backyard wrestling and just fucking a light bulb over your fucking head, and then start doing grabs and then just beating the living shit out of you. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is not how people fight. And then you just feel like a dumbass. And then obviously when they get their special, they use it really at the perfect time. And another thing is reversals are very confusing to learn. That's all my criticisms. I've talked about the plot, and I've talked about my criticisms. Now it's time for the part everyone usually expects to be the first thing in a video. The things I like about the game. I love how bouncy it feels to play. Like the controls, I know I complained about the controls last time, in the last thing I was just talking about. But what I mean by that is once I got the hang of them, I actually started liking it a lot. It's something you gotta get used to. because once I started learning some things, it started becoming way more fun. Because after a while, I started realizing how, like, just how fun it is just to slam people in the fucking tables, which is very hard to do actually in this game. Like, usually I kick them into the table, which still is very effective, but trying to drag someone when you grab them and then like put them on a table and then go up on the thing and then drop down is very hard to do, because sometimes when someone is punch drunk, which is one of the mechanics when you get a lot of damage done to you by multiple things or multiple attacks, you can't move at all. Usually when you drag them and stuff, their punch drunk things just drops a lot from what I've experienced. Or if someone's down and then you drag them for a few seconds, they immediately get back up. And also, I love how every character has technically their own things, like their own specials and stuff like that. And another thing to mention what I like about the game is the featuring of two rappers that I like very, very a lot. I don't think I said that right, but Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, because they were actually in Backyard Wrestling when they were doing that stuff. They still do Backyard Wrestling, which really makes me hope one day they make another game that's not like Backyard Wrestling 2. Because in that game you play as this. I'm not going to spoil anything, because I really don't want to spoil anything for that review, because that's coming out today as well. If I feel like recording another review today, because these take a lot of time and a lot of brain power from me. And those two characters are very unique. They have their own grabs attacks. There's multiple grab attacks, because when you press circle and grab your opponent, you press like one of the D-pad things, well, one of the D-pad directions, I meant to say, and it does a different thing. And also depending on which attack you're doing, if it's a kick or if it's a punch. And that's very cool of how they are very unique characters, like very unique. And another unique character, which is also a rapper, which I already mentioned in this video, which is Monoxide, is from Twisted. He's not in the second one because he was out of the whole wrestling thing around that time. And another character, I know we were talking about the things I like about the game, but technically these are things I like about the game. Another character I really like that's in the game is the Evil Dead. I think I said his name right. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because that's something I actually do want you guys to comment on, because I forgot to actually look up his name. And he's from the JCW. No, wait. I don't think I said the acronym right, but the ICP wrestling thing they do. I mess up on the acronym a lot because it confuses me. And, oh yeah, Juggalo Competitive Wrestling. I think that's what it's called. Which, he's like a zombie, and he is very cool of a character. He's also one of the unlockables. Monoxide, you start off with him as one of the, well, like, I guess around the time, like, murder rap characters. Well, Evil Dead isn't one of those. He's just one of the wrestlers that's in the Insane Clown Posse wrestling stuff. But Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope has to be unlocked through story mode, because in story mode, in the second level, they get pissed off at the backyard wrestlers because, well, their stuff gets destroyed because they're trying to do their thing. I think the map was, the truck stop. And after all that happens, you encounter them throughout story mode. Well, you encounter them like once. You encounter Shaggy 2 Dope at the mall, and you encounter Marlon J at the mansion. So anyone playing the game, and you want to unlock the characters, and nothing else, well, unlock those characters specifically. Well, those characters specifically. I'm sorry I'm messing up so much with my speech today. Just play through those levels. Even though you'd be absolutely fucking dumb to do that because there's so much shit you can unlock, and there's more wrestlers after that. And also, there's a lot of cool maps you can unlock to play on if you play the whole story mode, which I'm still doing actually. I'm still on the mansion because I'm having trouble with the health system now because I was used to just getting all my health back after a wrestling match. And another thing is, one of my favorite things about the game is how many things you can do on each map. Each map is so unique. It just feels so special when you go to a different map. On the thing, menu. The menu, it just feels like each thing has its own, like, special thing that happens. You bump into something, it triggers something. You get close to something, you get hit, or you get burned, or something like that. You throw someone into something, it changes the environment up a bit and makes something, I don't know, like slippery. No, wait, there's nothing slippery, I don't think. You get to break something, and it shows a little cutscene, like a really fast one, showing that you broke something off of something. And then it's still there, but it does something else now. Like, there's so many different things you can kick people's asses with. And it's so fucking fun just to figure out everything on each map. And you even get rewarded in story mode for doing that. Like, doing specific things in story mode, you get goals for each map in story mode. And if you complete them, you unlock videos, and I think you unlock the mini games. Because I haven't completed all the goals, because I'm going to do that after I beat everything on story mode, because then I'm going to go through all of it again and then focus on getting everything through doing the goals, which is going to be a little challenge for me because I'm going to have different characters to use, which is going to make it a bit easier because some characters are a bit stronger. Like, no one does more damage than anyone else. So these characters have better moves and like better move mixtures sometimes, and sometimes it is dependent on character speed. Well, some characters are not that fast. Well, character speed are pretty much the same, but some characters feel slightly slower or slightly faster in the way they play. You know, what I meant by Monoxide is like very slow. It's not by him moving, it's by his attacks. It's not really movement based with all of the speed, it's mainly with the attacks. Because some of the fighting styles are fast, and some of them are slower because they knock down opponents faster. Which I guess you can count as doing more damage? So I just covered technically mechanics and things I like. and pros. Now, my personal experiences with the game. So, here's a little bit of a story time during a review, which is kind of stupid for me to do. Originally, I was going to play the game on my jailbroken PlayStation 3. My voice is cracked really bad. But the thing is, you can't use a PS4 controller when playing PS2 games on a PlayStation 3. So, PlayStation 4 controller just automatically disconnects. My leg is very itchy. These reviews are so, discombobulated. But, I've tried everything, even Bluetooth, but I need, a charger for my PlayStation 3 controller. But something that really made me angry was I tested a PlayStation 1 game, and that worked with the PS4 controller plugged in and Bluetooth. So, then a few days later, I thought, hey, I'm going to use an emulator. And then I played the game for the first time, and my personal experience with the game was really good. I enjoyed the bouncy gameplay. I enjoyed the entirety of how the story plays out and how everything is just represented. And I love how you can change the music by holding L1 and L2, because sometimes there's a song that's playing that you don't like, or you want to have a specific song playing through a specific match. And there's also, if you don't want to play story mode, I forgot to mention this, you can play Exposition Mode, which is just, you take the wrestlers you have unlocked and the ones that start unlocked, and you just play as one or play multiplayer and just kick the shit out of each other on the maps you have unlocked and stuff. And also, another thing about my personal experience with the game is I really think there should be a bit more connection with the matches in the story mode stuff, because I know technically it's supposed to be showing what's going on, but maybe there should be a longer cutscene. That's what I thought when I was playing, to show why the wrestlers that we're playing as or fighting are in the situation. I know they're backyard wrestling, but why did they end up fighting these people in particular, and how did they get there? It's sometimes it's kind of explained in the talk show part, but it's kind of weird feeling with the cutscenes. That's what I was thinking throughout a lot of the cutscenes. I got kind of used to it out after a bit, because it started making a bit more sense to me, because one of the cutscenes, and he said, then we're back. Because then I was like, oh, I guess we're playing through camera footage of what was going on, which would explain the way the game is from a bird's eye view in a way, from an angle. That's the best way I can describe the camera angle. It's also kind of side. It's Tekken's camera view, but way more. It's a bit more zoomed out actually. Not way more, but a bit more. And it's really nice feeling when you get used to the camera view of how it changes when you go to specific areas and do specific things. And also, there's a problem with the game that I forgot to mention as well. It's how you can get stuck in corners and how easy it is to exploit the AI's limited abilities. Because, you can constantly just do a grab when they're on the floor, because if you go to their head and press circle and grab them, then you can just knock them back down and do it again. There is a chance you're going to like get out of it or do a reversal, but then there is a high chance that you could possibly hit the right buttons to do a reversal, or if you already know how to do a reversal, then you do that. For me, I just spam all the buttons until a reversal happens, because I really do not know how to do a reversal. I think it's the two top triggers when your character flashes. I really do not know. But then after all that, I had a lot of experiences with the first level actually. I got stuck on it for 2 days because I did not realize that the game was on hard mode. And that pissed me off. And then I was still stuck on it because I was still getting used to the gameplay. I would give the game like, I don't know, a 6, no, a 7. Because the gameplay and story and a lot of other things are really solid. I'll probably do like a retake of this video later on today, or if I don't want to do like Backyard Wrestling 2, or I'll do like a complete like remake of this video after I beat the game, because then I'll be a bit more experienced with the game and have like way more information to give. And also, another thing to mention before I go, the way I rate my games is not the best. So, do not take this review as, sorry, I cut myself off a lot, as solid, like, criticism or compliments for the game, because I fucking suck at this. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Game's a 7 out of 10. And also, when we get to Backyard Wrestling 2, it'll probably be a longer video because I actually have a lot more to say about that game. This game was really good, and there really wasn't that much to say about it because it's just a classic, and I'm surprised not that many people talk about it anymore because it's fucking amazing, and it needs to be like re-released or put on PlayStation Now, or like, I don't fucking know, like make another Backyard Wrestling game, or heck, if ICP wants to, maybe they should make a game with their wrestlers, with their whole wrestling thing they do. I'll see you guys later. Whoop whoop. See you guys.